Hey guys, I'm Avriel from AStarVlogs, and today we're going to talk about the COVID-19 situation in Singapore. At the end of this video, I'll share with you one very simple tip that I have been using and I believe can really eradicate a lot of these virus issues in Singapore. First off, let's talk about something that happened this morning that is really very sad. 2 people who had the COVID-19 virus passed away this morning. It was kind of expected. We kind of knew that this would have happened one day, but it is still very sad that despite all the medical supplies and everything that we could have done, 2 people have passed away. What I would like you to do is to share this video with your friends and family, because it is so important that everybody knows, first of all, what is the current situation and what we have to do and what are we doing wrong, and finally talk about what I believe can really eradicate this virus to a large extent. I'm sure if you're living in Singapore, you know what's happening. Situation is pretty calm. People are not really going out. Social distancing just started in Singapore today. So if you go to food courts or so, you realize that seats are kind of segregated. That is what the government can do. They can try to distance us. They can try to make us sit apart from each other, especially if we do not know whoever is sitting in front of us. But there is a huge issue, and the huge issue is that Singaporeans are not, or many Singaporeans are not taking this seriously, especially the young. And I've spoken to the young, I've asked them, and when I say young, I mean people who are like 26 and below. I've spoken to many people of that age and even people in primary school and secondary school. It's the same sentiments throughout these general age groups. People are still going out with their friends in mass group gatherings. They are meeting at homes or maybe even going to USS together, tourist areas. The whole huge issue is this: if you understand the current situation of how the virus spread, the virus may not die on the spot. So if you are, say example, going to a certain place and somebody, just one person has the virus and he touches this area or coughs from this area, the virus may be there for a certain period of time. So maybe one day later or a few hours later, somebody touches this virus and pats you on the shoulder. Maybe the virus gets on your shirt and you may feel like your nose is itchy. You try to scratch your nose with your shirt and then the virus gets into you. That is a really serious situation, because it means that the virus can spread and it keeps going on over and over again. And what's worrying is that it takes about 11 to 12 days for the person to actually sense the virus in their body, or for symptoms to sometimes show. And what this means is that within that period of time, you have a hidden enemy that is actually in you that may be reacting and you don't know, and you think you're all healthy and you're spreading it over and over and over again to the people around. We may just think that we are healthy, but the problem is this: we have people living in our homes, we have people living around us, and if you actually have a bit of care and thought for the people around you, you will know that it is not just ourselves that we have to protect, but also the people around. And so for myself, when I go out, because I have to do certain things like work or so, I make sure that I keep myself clean, and I'm very sure all of us are doing that. Some people, they don't care. To them, keeping themselves clean is just not to touch other people, but they totally miss out the whole point of not touching things when they don't need to. So I went out with someone, and this person was kind of like touching things around, okay, looking at this, touching that, and all these things are very dangerous, because when you are touching things or looking at things, the virus may get on you, and yes, you may not be affected, but you go home or you go out there and you touch somewhere on the coffee shop tables, and somebody else may touch that area and the virus may spread. Long story short, the virus is spreading and it's very hard to control if all of us just continue touching everything, going everywhere, especially for mass meetups, and we think that we are safe. Does it mean that we don't go out? The answer to that is no. We continue our lives as per normal. But there's something we need to take note of. This is so crucial. We need to avoid going out in mass groups, because we don't know who has the virus. It can be your friend, it can be your family member. You know, when you go out with, say, even 2 to 3 different people, and you're going out to places like Sentosa, you're going out to places like ice skating rinks, the zoo, Jurong Bird Park, USS. You know, these are common areas that I know people have been visiting for the past few days. And it is so dangerous because you just need, let's just give an example, okay, an ice skating rink. Many of us will know, as Singaporeans, we are not good at ice skating, okay, or many of us are not good at ice skating. So you just need one person to cough on a glove, touch the sides of the ice skating ring, and then you, to support yourself, go and hold on the ice skating ring, or your friend does it, and that's it. Okay, you're spreading it, you're falling around. When you go to a place where you are moving so much in that area, you can easily spread the virus consistently. It is different as opposed to, say, me and my family member, we go down to the coffee shop, we eat at the table, and then we leave. So at least we are in that area and there's not much of a falling down, touching, moving from one place to the next place. Similarly, this morning I was speaking to someone who was interested in going to USS, and the current situation is this: you may go for, say, the roller coaster ride. So somebody with the virus holds onto the rail, I think they call it the rail, and screams their hearts out, they're having fun, but the virus gets on the rail. Now we can say that there's cleaning and sanitization throughout the day, but there is logically no way to 100% clean the whole area. Right? You can't clean the seat and every single bit of the seat. You can try to, but it's not 100% foolproof thing. And that is where you are exposing yourself to the risk. There are few people, many people. The whole idea is that you're moving from one place to the next place and you don't know who was there before you. Again, that's very dangerous. It is very different. Like I said, if you're going to a certain place, sitting down in that certain area, you can probably sanitize that area, spend your time there, and you roughly know you're not going to move around and touch different people. You can think about it as if you are going to a USS area or a place with mass gathering. It is very equal to you shaking hands with everybody who has been walking around that area. It's very similar to, say, like example, you have 100, 200, 300, 400 people. Okay, let's just say 200 people as a gross estimate. You are basically equal to going there to shake the hands of 200 people and hoping that none of these people has the virus. And that is a very serious and dangerous thing. So I hope that this video can help Singaporeans to be aware of the dangers of this virus and why we really have to keep our social distancing, at the same time not go to places of mass attractions. Even if there is a sale, businesses, they are business people, they want to make money, they want the sale to come in, they need the money. But on our end, we have to be alert, we have to have the mind think twice about what we do, and to be alert that we don't want to just go in just because of the sale, because we need to protect not just ourselves but the people around us, and that is a social responsibility that we all have to have. So to everyone, young or old, even if you're primary school, secondary school, or in university or above, I urge all of you, please, not just to think of yourself. It's not just about yourself being safe or looking safe. It's not just about yourself keeping yourself clean. It is also about how you may be spreading the virus and causing problems for other people. And I urge everyone to have a heart for others, because the suffering is real and the suffering is going to be in someone else, not you, maybe not you. And even if you don't care about your sufferings, other people will be suffering because of our lack of responsibility. So I urge all of us to have a very good social responsibility. Stay away from huge groups of people. Stay away from people whom we don't know, especially like I gave the example of a tourist area where you don't know who's moving around. Alright, if you know, like I know where my family member is, right? My family member is either studying in a room, coming out to eat at a coffee shop with me, playing games together. That kind of thing, it's okay because you know where they are. You know that they're not some Tom, Dick and Harry walking around. Now we've come to the final part in which I promised you that I'll share with you what I have been doing, and I believe very strongly that this is a solution that can really reduce the amount of virus that is around a society. And if you think about it, if every Singaporean does it, we are pretty much, to a point of a huge amount of safety. And this is so important. I only have huge regrets that I don't have a lot of this. It's not easy for us to get it, especially at this moment, but I'd like to share it with you. I've been using it myself, and it is called Cleanse It. Now, Cleanse It is a solution that I figured after a long time. Would you agree that generally if you sat down in an area and this whole area is sanitized, okay, this whole area, your chair, your table is clean, and you are off with the virus, there's no virus on you, you will generally be much safer. That is the whole idea that has been on my mind. Like, how do we sit down in a community, how do we sit down in a place in which everybody has their area and the whole area is cleansed? And if everybody cleans their area very clean, then the virus has a difficult time in spreading, a much tougher time in spreading, or maybe we can totally eradicate the virus when it's around the area. So that was when I thought of this idea called Cleanse It. And Cleanse It is not just a hand sanitizer, it's also used on surfaces around. Different from an aerosol. The aerosol one is kind of like a dry spray. This is a wet spray, and I feel that the wet spray is more effective because wet spray is like when you clean the window, the liquid kind of sticks itself to the viruses or the dirt and the germs when you clean it off. So I feel that a wet one is more effective than, say, a dry aerosol one, and that was how we created Cleanse It. Now what Cleanse It does is that you can use it not just on your hands, you can use it on your clothes. So if you came out from say a movie theater and you think that, you know, you may want to cleanse your clothes, your bags. You know, when you come out of a crowd, you feel that your bag may be a little dirty, so you spray it on the bag. And you can even spray it on just anywhere. If you're going to school, you can spray it on your school desk, clean the desk up. If you go to the office, you spray it on the office. It's okay to spray this on paper because it's very mild. It's not like going to keep your paper wet, so it's going to evaporate really fast. It has 70% alcohol in there, and this Cleanse It spray is able to spray practically anywhere. Just don't spray it in your mouth. You spray it anywhere which you want to sanitize. You can clean it with your bare hands because it's basically spreading the sanitizer around wherever you are touching, or you can even use a piece of tissue to actually clean it off surfaces. This is very helpful, especially if you have someone working as a taxi driver, a bus driver, and practically any industry. This was once used at a tool shop, so you spray it on tools and they are immediately able to touch the tools and use the tools. In fact, we made a small introductory video of this, so let's watch it now. Hello everyone, I'm going to share with you an effective way you can keep you and your surroundings clean from the COVID-19 virus. But before that, let us look at a serious problem that we are facing. We can keep ourselves clean, but the virus can still get on us when we touch things or surfaces around. Many of the current sanitizers are either from pump bottles or gel wipes. Whether you're a child, teen or adult, we need to protect ourselves and our surroundings. Do we have a solution to that? Yes, we do. This is Cleanse It. Cleanse It is a fast application to kill viruses and germs. Spray it, clean it, and do the same for your hands. Cleanse It can be used on hands, clothes, public tables, chairs, inside cars, taxis, buses, office tables, work areas, schools, offices, coffee shops, markets, crowded places, and many other common industries. We have very few bottles of these in stock, so contact us to get yours now. So we're having a few bottles left and we got some of them ordered off. Now we have like maybe 3 or 4 bottles left and we're trying to get more of this. So if you're interested, let us know and we'll see how we can get more of this for everyone. But please don't expect it to be in the same bottle because we are trying to order bottles and liquid and everything from various places. There's practically no way for us to confirm that it will be the same size and everything. What we need to put Cleanse It together is really too scarce at this moment and we just have to live with it. We're doing our best for everyone. Please remember responsibility. Please stop going to places or mass meetups where there are like thousands of hands in which you are shaking and touching in that sense when you touch the items that other people touch. Have that responsibility, and if you are interested, remember, get yourself a bottle of Cleanse It. I use this anywhere and everywhere I go. So if you're taking the bus or you're going to a coffee shop, spray it on a chair, clean the chair, it's clean. Okay, this is really good. Beyond all these things, guys, please stay safe and yeah, let's wish and hope for the best for Singapore. Stay united, guys. Stay cool, stay awesome, and be your best always. Thank you. Bye.